I love Dave Ramsey, but Dave Ramsey is wrong. Dave teaches people that debt is bad. If you understand debt, debt is not bad. Debt is a vehicle to create massive wealth. In this video, I'm going to show you how debt is good. Before we get into this, hit that like button, especially if you want to learn how to create wealth. So Dave Ramsey has a 7-step program. It's actually called the 7 Baby Step Program. It is a way that he teaches people how to get out of debt and how to create wealth. When I was digging into it, the first 6 steps are save, 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 save. It's all about saving. You cannot save your way to wealth. The final step, number 7, says create wealth and give back. There's no actionable items to actually create wealth. Saving your money, paying off your house, saving for your kids' college, that's all great things to do. Those are all part of those steps, but they are not ways to actually create wealth. There is a lot of work that goes into that. The only actual investment in his step program is invest 15% in an IRA. You cannot even access your IRA till you're almost 60 years old. So if you want to work till you're 60 or 65, it's probably a decent plan. But if you don't want to put all of that work in for the next 40 years, if you want to become financially free in the next 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, you have to learn how to properly leverage debt. So I'm going to show you the 3 reasons why he's wrong. Number 1, so you don't only have to work until you're 60 or 65. While you're living and up until that point, you're pinching pennies. You're saving every single dime you have and paying every little bit of debt you have off. That's tiring. That's exhausting. And it's no fun. Who wants to take every single penny they make and pay down debt and pay off things or save it in an account or put it in an IRA? I want to help you create an awesome, amazing life that you can enjoy now, not when you're 65. There are so many things you can do in so many ways you can enjoy your life now, save a little bit, but create enough active and passive income to do whatever the heck you want. Number 2, every millionaire or entrepreneur starts out with debt. Debt is not a bad thing if you are investing in wise things with that money, with other people's money. All companies start out that way. Now, I understand you're probably not a big company or a big corporation, but why not do what the big companies and big corporations do? Facebook, Uber, Amazon, all those companies started out with angel investors, which means they started out borrowing money from other people. Those people have ownerships in those companies, or those people get interest returned on their money. But guess what those companies do? They take that money that those angel investors and banks and people give them, and they build and buy and produce assets that bring money into them. The money that gets brought in by what they buy is much, much more than the money that they borrowed. So they take that money and they create companies and create products and do things that create more and more cash. It's all about taking other people's money and making it work for you. If you're taking other people's money and you're buying boats or motorcycles or dumb things with it, then of course, that is not a way to create wealth. But if you take that money and smartly invest it in something that is going to grow in value and produce cash, that's where the magic is. Dave's a smart guy. He knows that getting into debt is a great way to create wealth. He just doesn't understand that you don't have to be a big corporation to do it. You can do it right now using real estate. And that's what I teach. I teach people how to create financial freedom, how to create generational wealth utilizing other people's money by buying real estate investments. Let's take me, for example. I am currently sitting on $10 million worth of debt. I think Dave's ears are probably burning here and that. He's probably kind of fidgeting in his chair thinking of somebody, a 33-year-old, in $10 million worth of debt. Let me explain how it's not only a good thing, it is going to impact my great-great-great-grandkids by the things I'm doing and the debt that I'm getting into. So I currently owe banks $10 million. I have $10 million worth of mortgages with a couple different banks. The thing about that debt is it allows me to own $16 million worth of real estate. So take the $16 million worth of real estate I own, take off that $10 million worth of debt, and that still leaves me $6 million worth of equity and net worth. Had I not gone into $10 million worth of good debt, I would not own $16 million worth of real estate, and therefore I would not have $6 million available for me to use now and in the future. The other beauty about it is every single dime of that $10 million worth of debt is paid off by somebody else. I'm 33 years old. Let's flash forward 12 years from now. Let's say I stopped buying real estate today, which I won't do, but let's say I did. In 12 years, that $16 million rental portfolio will conservatively be worth $26 million. And that $10 million worth of debt will be paid down to $6 million. And that $4 million that came off that $10 million is paid by somebody else. So let's redo that math. $26 million worth of real estate and $6 million worth of debt. That's $20 million that I will have in 12 years if I stop buying real estate, and I'm not doing anything to create that. The properties go up in value because that's what happens with real estate, and that's what appreciation and inflation and everything does, and there's a lot of that going on right now. And then that $10 million worth of debt that got paid down to $6 million, I'm not paying any of that. I am collecting more in rent every single month that pays my mortgages, pays all my owning expenses, and I get active cash flow. So I'm not only creating massive wealth, I'm also getting active cash flow because I am willing and understand that going into debt to buy good assets is a great way to create wealth. I'm not scared of that debt because that debt pays me every single month, and that debt gets paid off by other people. No offense, Dave. I love you. I've read your book. If people want to get out of debt, they should go follow you. If they want to create wealth and understand how to properly leverage debt, they need to follow me. If you saw any value out of this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you get notified when I go live on YouTube, which I do, and get notified when new videos come out. Make sure to comment in the comment section below if you agree or disagree. I'd be glad to continue the conversation there.